Hello Dicers, my dream chasers. Welcome back to Dice Decides and welcome back to Space Talk. Alright, in this episode we're gonna talk about Mercury, the very first planet in the solar system. By first I mean the one closest to the sun. So let's begin with the age. So Mercury is 4.5 billion years old. Pretty similar to all the other planets. Alright, and now for the distance from the Earth. It varies between 82 million kilometers and 102 million kilometers. It gets close to the Earth about every 4 months, because it's pretty close to the sun, so it circles it pretty fast. Alright, and now for the size. So Mercury is 60 billion cubic kilometers, like kilometers with a 3, cubic. And for comparison, that's about 0.055 Earths, or another way of looking at it is 18 Mercuries can fit into Earth. So it's kind of tiny. It's pretty tiny for a planet. The equatorial circumference is 15,329 kilometers. Do what you want with that information. I don't know. All right, now let's move on to temperature. So the surface of Mercury gets so hot because it's very close to the sun. At the peak hottest time of the day, it gets up to 427 Celsius. That's above the melting point of amber, lead, zinc. All of those metals would melt on the surface of Mercury when it gets really hot. Toasty planet. But it also gets, dang it, my light died. Oh well, there's enough lighting. So it also gets very cold on the surface of Mercury, because it has no atmosphere to contain the heat in, so it gets very cold. So the coldest it gets is 180 Celsius, negative. We're talking minus 180. So that's below the melting point of any element. All elements would freeze at the coldest point, even alcohol, like ethanol. Even alcohol would solidify on Mercury when it gets cold. So yeah, very extreme planet. All right, let's talk about characteristics. Mercury has a lot of craters. The largest crater is Caloris, with a diameter of 1,550 kilometers. The crater is estimated to be 3.8 billion years old. So it's a very, very, very old crater. Back from way back, like before any human existed. And way before that even. Yeah, this was way before even dinosaurs existed. We're talking a very long time ago. All right, I got my light back. All right, so Mercury has an eccentric orbit. Now, what does eccentric mean? Well, you know how an orbit around the sun isn't like perfectly circular? Like there's a bit of an elliptic, like it gets close to the sun and then it's like far away. Well, the more eccentric it is, the less circular it is. So since Mercury is the most eccentric planet in our solar system, the orbit is very non-circular. That's what it means basically. And another cool thing is that it has very, very slow days. For every 2 years in Mercury time, only 1 day passes. For every 2 years in Mercury time, only 1 day passes. So years go by quicker than days in Mercury. It's really weird. It rotates around its axis very slowly. And that's very unique because like other planets are way faster. So that's interesting because for every 2 years, only 1 day will pass. So every year, only half a day passed. So like, say it's like midday, then a year later, it's midnight. That would be a long work day. Alright, so basically a full rotation around the sun is 176 Earth days, for reference. So a full year in Mercury time isn't as long as a year here. It's about half a year. Yeah, the days are still very long. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for Mercury. It's a very interesting planet. It's very hot for the most part. We can also get cold, like I said, and I don't really want to visit it. I mean, it doesn't even have an atmosphere. It's pretty unlivable conditions. But it's still an interesting planet, you know. It's out there. It's kind of hard to spot because if you want to look at Mercury, it's difficult to observe it because it's always so close to the sun. If you have a telescope, I can see how that's difficult. I actually have a telescope, but I haven't gotten to use it properly because here in Norway, the nights are so bright in the summer, you can't see anything. I have to wait for fall. But that's it for Space Talk. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know that you enjoy this video. Let YouTube know that you enjoy this video by leaving a like or leave a comment or both. Any interaction helps the algorithm notice this video, that people want to see more of this content. Just remember that. It helps people notice it. So I really appreciated it, and that's it for now. So remember to gently, like I said, tap on that like button and ring that bell so you don't miss an upload. And thanks for watching, Dicers. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time.